can invite the presence of Seth within me. I am clear and open to sharing this body in this moment. Seth is my guide and my partner. Seth is here now. Hi, this is Daniel Zafer-Joyce, and welcome to Universal. I had an experience recently, and it was disconcerting, but it taught me something about my channeling and what I'm here to offer. Someone had asked me for very specific information. They wanted a name, and they knew what the name was, I didn't, and it was kind of a test. And I couldn't get the name, and I was thinking, why is this so hard? And I already knew that my channeling is not mediumship. I've said that before. Mediumship is kind of like talking to the dead or to spirits, but channeling is allowing essence to flow through you. And when Seth speaks through me, he's not whispering in my ear and I'm parroting what he says. His essence comes through. It flows through my heart and out of my mouth. And my job as the channel is to try to bring that essence through as purely as I can. So I couldn't get something specific like a name because that's phonemes. There's nothing connected to that. That's like if Seth were to whisper the name in my ear. And sometimes I get names, but it's like Seth's name or the name of a guide, but it's sort of what they've chosen to represent their essence. And what I could read for that person was just a feeling about what that name represented to them. And that helped clarify for me that Seth doesn't speak literal words through me. He transmits truth, essence, wisdom in their rawest form. And my job is to assign words to that. And sometimes I stumble. You'll hear it in a recording. But I never have to compose these messages. I never have to do multiple takes like I've had to do with this opening, because Seth doesn't mess up. It might take me a second to find the right English word to capture that essence that he's bringing through, but I never have to do a second take on a message. I never have to plan them in advance. I just might know the topic and some of the particulars, but it's just essence coming through. So if that essence isn't attached to language, the fact is you don't even need the language. What I'd like to do today is bring Seth in, and he'll talk to you a little bit about this as well. But then there's going to be a portion where I channel Seth's essence, and I normally keep my eyes closed because it's so strong. I actually developed styes on my eyes, which I've never had a problem with in my life. But when I was starting channeling, I would develop a lot of styes on my eyes because there's so much energy coming through the eyes that it was disrupting my body chemistry and things. And so I started to have to use eye drops, which I'm very squeamish about putting things in my eyes, but I learned to use eye drops for this, and they cleared up. Eye drops and washing my face after every session with a client or after every channeling session so I can remove that energy. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to bring Seth in, he's going to channel, and then we're going to be quiet, and I'm going to open my eyes and allow that essence and wisdom to flow through me into the camera. And I want you to just receive. We did this actually as an exercise when I was studying channeling, when I was getting my certification as a master channel. And everyone just sort of wrote down general ideas or images or emotions that came to them through that silent channeling. And I want to share that with you. And if you want to share anything that you pick up from this experience as you receive, if you want to journal or if you want to write it in the comments, this isn't about specific information. This is just Seth's essence and wisdom coming through me and me sharing that with you through this recording. So I hope you enjoy this process. I know it's a little different from what's normally offered on this channel, And this isn't going to be all the time, but I wanted to do this as a special presentation for this week's message. Thanks. I hope you enjoy. Blessings and joy, beloved. This is Seth. Thank you for joining us in this special message. As Daniel explained, my essence is not coming through him as spoken word. It is my essence. And that is, in the ethereal realm, how all communication is carried out. We are in constant contact. It is not the same thing as being psychic or mind reading. It is not the same thing as channeling a spirit or mediumship, as Daniel explained. It is the sharing of an essence, the essence of truth, the essence of wisdom, the essence of the nature of your universe, of consciousness. In this moment where Daniel chose to set up, I would like to call attention to the trees that surround this location. This is what you call a fairy circle or a family circle. It is a circle of redwood trees that all seem to be distinct trees on the surface, but they are in fact, one could use the term clones. They are all variants of the same tree. They all share a common seed, a common root. Seed consciousness, root consciousness, or what we call source consciousness, is essentially the same thing. It operates in this manner. Each individual tree is its own distinct organism, and yet they are all the same. This is all one tree. They do not need to communicate between one another, for they share a common essence. If one is threatened, another feels it. If one is experiencing joy and thriving, the others will experience that as well. That is the sort of consciousness that you are moving towards, where suffering is felt by the collective, as well as joy and the ability to thrive. This is the era of connection, and this is the era that you are moving into. At this time, we are going to share our essence in the same way that we do this in the ethereal realm, that we share essence with each other. This will not be spoken word. It will not be facts or predictions about the future. It is a sharing of our essence with you, an essence that you already share, even if you are not aware of it. But we are going to give you a taste of that at this time. Receive it how you will. You can skip this week's message if you are uncomfortable. If you are willing to receive, then we are going to offer that for you. Thank you for your participation, and now we will begin. Anything that you perceived on a conscious level is yours to keep. Although you are like a radio antenna of consciousness, you are always transmitting and receiving on a subconscious level, a soul level. So much of this message has been picked up by your ethereal self, and it will not reach your conscious mind. If fragments reach your conscious mind, that is wonderful, and that is our gift to you, and that is your gift to yourself. But you are always receiving. You pick up on the vibrations of others. You have that phrase, getting bad vibes from someone. You do not need them to communicate hostility, to feel that hostility radiating from them. But you are also constantly receiving and transmitting all of that you believe is internal. You are putting out into the world in your innermost thoughts, your deepest soul thoughts. You are a walking beacon of light, or you are a walking beacon of darkness and chaos. And no one is completely one or the other. No one is one or the other. You are all participating in co-creating this reality every second of every day. You can guide that process with conscious intention. Intention is a powerful force. Where you aim that intention can bring destruction, or it can bring joy and healing to yourself and others. This was our message for today. Thank you for your participation and collaboration in this experience. Blessings, peace, and joy to you. This was Seth. Oh boy, my eyes are burning. So I'm gonna go straight home and wash them. But I hope you enjoyed that experience. I don't know, even as the channel, I don't know what Seth brought through. I'm going to watch this recording, of course, as I edit it, and see what I pick up. But I did feel an enormity of emotion and almost like a pressure in my chest and the burning in my eyes. But I hope that was interesting for you. If nothing else, I hope you allow this to process and digest and see if there's an impact from this experience. Ultimately, I've said this before, who cares about any of this? People said, like, how do you know you're right? I can't know with 100% certainty of anything. But if there's a positive impact from it, that's what matters. And if you're getting something out of this, that's what I'm here for. If you're not getting something out of this, we aren't compatible, and that's okay. I want to thank the sister trees that have surrounded me for this message. I asked them to keep the bugs off because there were bugs on me the whole time I was setting up, and they did. They kept a circle of stillness and peace around me, and as soon as I finished channeling, the flies came back. So I'm gonna pack up and head out. I hope you enjoyed this. Once again, thank you for indulging this very special presentation for this week's message. We'll return to our regularly scheduled messages next time, but thanks for trying out something a bit different. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do that through making a donation through the Ko-Fi. You can give directly through there or make a direct donation. You can also support many of the charitable causes that are listed in the comments. You can, especially the best way to support is to share these messages with those who you think would benefit from them. If you would like to have your own conversation with guidance to receive direction or healing, you can do that through universalreiki.com. And I would love it if you would check that out if you're interested in that, and see if there's a session you'd like to set up with Seth or with any of the regular guides who come through on this channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so excited about what the future has in store for all of us, and I hope I'll see you, or I hope you'll see me. Of course I can't see you. I hope you'll come back and check out our next message in a couple weeks. Thanks so much for watching. This is Daniel Zafer-Joyce for Universal. I'll see you next time.